The weekend, the 13th to the 15th of March. Halfway in the month of March already. Speeding up rapidly, I feel. Nothing significant as I know. This upcoming weekend. Check yourself if you are interested in some astrological events. But the upcoming week we have a new moon in Pisces, and that is the last new moon within the Western astrology science. Yeah, maybe you should use your weekend, your fin de semana, to clear out whatever needs to be cleared out, so you are prepared to open up for a new beginning. Start to think about new intentions now. So with that said, be careful on Friday the 13th. Many associate that day with bad luck. But search on the internet about information about that day, because there is a horrible story actually about behind that day. So with that said, let's flip the camera and look at the cards. So without further ado, these are the oracle cards that I've pulled out. Messages as always at the back, something that Spirit wants you to focus on throughout the weekend, or maybe this is an energy that you are continuously working with. So, enjoy my morning coffee. Let's see. Compassion. Soften your heart with respect to this situation and all the people involved, including yourself. Yes, because the week that passed, we had the last quarter moon in the zodiac sign of Sagittarius. So the last quarter moon is all about reflect, re-evaluation, and forgiveness. So maybe this is something about having compassion and forgive yourself for whatever has gone wrong, maybe this month, this moon month, lately in your life. I don't know. You have to take it as it resonates in your own life. Myself, I can reflect upon this, because yeah, I live a very challenging life, I must admit. So yeah, I've asked myself, I have asked myself many times, did I do the right thing? Did I make the right choice? Why did I make this why did I make this choice? Why in the heck have I put myself in this situation? And so on and so forth. So maybe that is something I'm trying to be compassionate and trying to forgive myself for whatever idiotic mistake I have done. But I guess that I am supposed to experience this this mistake and learn from it. Yeah, I have to look at it as something I can learn from. Yeah, but it's hard. You know, it's hard. We humans, we most of the time we want to live a comfortable life and move through our lives with ease and Fortunately not encounter on any discomfort. So let's see, let's look at the next. Spread your wings. I think we had that card very recently, or maybe it was someone else. If we didn't have this recently, maybe I got this card myself. Sometimes this Mercury retrograde has been so tough on my mind. I keep forgetting what I have done. I keep forgetting what I have said. But yeah, do not hold back right now. The timing is perfect and you are ready to soar. So yeah, prepare yourself for the new beginning. With excuse me, with the new moon, the timing is perfect. So whatever this is, I have no idea for you. Prioritize. This one I think that we had very recently. Focus on your highest priorities. I will help you get organized and motivated. So what is your highest priority right now? Forgiveness, set sail, and organize yourself. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, we have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is all about exploring or exploiting. Maybe it's exploiting. Yeah. Your options. Yeah. This is a very interesting card because you can see that this, to me, this is always an old version of yourself, because you have these columns or whatever you can call it. Ancient, these are ancient Greek or Roman columns. I think it's Greek. And she also has an old-fashioned blouse, no? And she's watching this new design, this modern new design of yourself. And she's, by the look, it's like she look at herself in a modern version and she's a little bit unsure. Is this who I'm becoming? And if you can see, there is a fragment here. There's a damage on this column. And you can see that this is the person you have actually always been. You have always been this upgraded version, modern version of yourself. So it's this skin is peeling off, you can see. You can see that the same that was within this old version is also within this new modern version of yourself. So yeah, me myself, I have been shedding my skin for quite some time. I've used the last 9, now 10 years of my life figuring out who I am, what I want to do, and especially in relationship issues. Do I want to continue, or am I done with all the deception and all the lies? Maybe it's time to focus solely on myself, prioritizing myself. more, keeping myself out of other people's drama. So maybe that is something that YouTube has been focusing on. For me, I feel that there is an energy shift. I've come to the point that I'm at something that a psychologist called Jung described as the final stage of being spiritual awakened, and it was called Sophia. And I am at that point. If you are curious about what Sophia means, there are a lot of videos about that here on YouTube. So Sophia is like you give a damn. you give a shit about whatever happens now. You are just so at the point that but you don't give a damn, like you're oblivion, right? That you don't, that you are living in an oblivion, careless, that you don't care about anything. It's like it's difficult to explain, but you are in a state where you're not afraid of whatever happens to you. If you know that you have possibilities, it's just a matter of time if you use them. So, for example, within relationship, and you know that the relationship is finished, you actually don't care about keeping this relationship together. You're not interested in being pulled into the other person's drama, but you're not being you're not being cruel. You just don't care, right? But not in a cruel way. If, for example, the other person tried to pick up a fight or try to criticize you, and they know that these things have been triggering you other times, you don't respond. That is when you are in the Sophia stage. You don't respond to anything of this anymore. So let's see. Wow, Friday the 13th, the 6 of Wands. You're discovering something. It looks like two eyes here. You have been closing your eyes to something, and now you can see it clearly. Now you can see it clearly. Let's see. Saturday, Page of Cups, a new beginning, a new emotional beginning. Maybe this is, as I've just talked about, you just don't care about what other people say, you just don't care about, yeah, the masses. This feels like the masses, you know. Those who always have an opinion about how you are going to live your life, but no one can live your life. Only you can live and experience your life. And if you keep continuing on listening to other people's opinions and on how you should live your life, then you will, of course, feel like you feel disempowered, for one thing. And of course, when you grow, when you get old, you feel that there has been a lot of lack in your life, and you have a lot of regrets. And yeah, many people are afraid of disappoint others, but what about disappointing yourself? Why do we keep on disappointing ourselves? Next, Two of Swords. So usually the Two of Swords is, again, something that you have closed your eyes to and have not been prioritizing or focusing on. But look at this. This is not a clock. This is a musical instrument that is used to, for example, keep the rhythm. That is used to keep the rhythm when you are playing an instrument. For example, if you are playing violin, this goes in a specific rhythm. So in that way, it's easier to play. Yes. So this also, because it makes this sound. Of course, it reminds of a clock, and it says time. The timing is perfect. Maybe you don't see that the timing is perfect, but it's very interesting that this woman is almost shaped like a violin or a cello. So that to me reminds me of that the time is perfect, and your body is the instrument that you are going to use to achieve your next goal. It looks like the hand of God coming out of this Fibonacci spiral. The spiral of life. The spiral of life. Very, very interesting energy for the upcoming weekend, I must admit. So, there is a card that is trying to come out, and that is the Fool. So there is a new beginning there is a new beginning. It's emphasizing there is a new beginning coming now. And this also always reminds me of the fairy tale of Askeladden, who conquered the princess. I think I've talked about this fairy tale once, some time ago. And Askeladden, he is of course the youngest of 3 brothers. And you know, in the old days, you know that the oldest brother was supposed to inherit the farm and continue on helping the father and continue on working on the farm. And when there are 2 other brothers, you know, it wasn't supposed for them to I don't know, be anything. But yeah, Askeladden is the 3rd, the youngest of 3 brothers, and maybe it's something about the young energy, I don't know. But once upon a time there was a princess in a kingdom, and the king wanted to marry her off, but it was a little bit difficult because she was a talker. She always had a response to each and every question or answer a suitor came with, and that led to many suitors gave up because, you know, who wants to be married to a woman who is always questioning and have a response to everything that you say? That reminds me again of the energy of this year, the year of the fire horse, and I highly encourage you to check out my reading about that energy, because in old China, women didn't want to give birth, especially to girls, throughout this year, the year of the fire horse, because they were considered as very stubborn. They were considered as very not self-centered, but they wanted to do things in their way, and they were said to be the destructor of families because of their wild energy. So that is something that wasn't suitable for traditional Chinese women, you know, obeying your husband and obeying your husband's family, and yeah, being a so-called good wife. Good wife means to abandon your own needs and be what is it called? Self-sacrificing. Yeah, be self-sacrificing. So Askeladden, he was a person who was driven by his own innovative being. He was very creative, and he found many, picked up a lot of things, because he was curious. So on the road to this kingdom, to this princess, he found 3 different things that he felt was interesting, and he put it in his bag. And those 3 things helped him to win the princess. Yeah, so she so that she couldn't respond anymore. Okay, the moon. So with the full and the new moon, there is something very specific with this new moon in Pisces. So have that in mind, that there is a new beginning. So it's time for you to be organized now. It's time for you to prioritize now what is important for you, because the timing is perfect. But you need to be compassionate and be forgiving towards yourself, because that is how you release old and stagnant energy. Okay. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I see you in another reading. Have a great weekend, and happy birthday to each and every one of you who has birthdays throughout the weekend. Bye.